sada će se predstaviti još jedan univerzitet iz Italije, tačnije iz Milana. Po mom mišljenju, a i mišljenju svih nas koji smo posjetili Milano i ovaj univerzitet, definitivno jedan od najmodernijih kampusa i univerzitet koji nudi studijske programe, pogotovo na master nivou za zanimanja budućnosti. I invite my dear colleague Maria to show her beautiful face to our audience at Study Abroad Week. Ciao, Maria. How are you?
I am very good. I am super thrilled to be here with you today, and thank you for organizing such an amazing event, Jovana.
Thank you for participating once again, representing Iulm University. Well, we are all a bit sad not to host you in our region this fall, but we are hoping for the spring semester to have you here and to, chat with our students live. So I made a short introduction, Maria, how we are all fond of your university, how modern the campus is, and what amazing programs you offer. You can share your presentation. I will tell you if we can all see it. And of course, I will pass the questions throughout the presentation and let you know if there are some more questions on the platform. Yes, I can see it's full screen. Perfect. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours.
Thank you so very much. I'm super thrilled today because I met some incredible students today, and also because as every time it's a big emotion for me to talk about Università Iulm, not just because I work there right now and I work with international students, a lot of students from great students from the Balkans, but also because I've been a student myself here at Iulm. So I had the opportunity of really feeling the campus, the professors, the quality of the teaching that we have. So I'm super excited for this. And also because we have a brand new presentation made by my amazing colleague Alberto that I'm super thrilled to share with you.
Okay,
with some great colors as well. First of all, I'd like to say a few words about Iulm in general. Iulm University core and focus is the world of communication, tourism, and creative industries. And of course, it's very important the location of our university. It's an Italian university based in Milano. Now I'll go a little back with a very short introduction on the history of our university. When it was founded a little over 50 years ago here in Milano in 1968. And the first faculty the university was founded on was the one in interpreting and translation. Because what communication was at that time was to make sure that two different cultures could communicate one another. And therefore, the first faculty was the one of languages, interpreting. Right now, we have 3 faculties. So a little over 50 years later, we have 3 faculties. The most numerous one, the most popular one, which is the one in communication, which is also the one I've attended. Then we still have the one in interpreting and translation, and the 3rd faculty is the one in arts and tourism. Our university is a private university, but it's not for profit. It means that the tuition fees that students pay are entirely reinvested within the university. And if I have to say the very personal reason why I chose to become an IULM student was for exactly the last sentence that you see on the screen right now, is for the strong relations with the job market. Iulm in numbers, it's a summary of what the university is and how the students, what the student life will become once you are here at Iulm. We have roughly 7,000 students and 300 teaching staff members. If one of the questions that most students ask me is how many international students do you have at Iulm? If we take into account English taught programs, the percentage of international students is quite high. For bachelor degrees, it's quite high. And if you see here, on average, we have around 25% of international students. You'll see a little later on a few pictures of our university, but you can see it also at the back of the screen here. One of the greatest feature, of course, is, as Giovanna said before, is the campus. We have this beautiful American-style campus. All the buildings of the university are around one street, so you don't have to run from one place to another to attend classes. And it's very beautiful, may I say. We are creating, of course, it started when I was a student with the 5 buildings. Now we have 7, and it's amazing also for students coming from abroad, because they can have the chance to actually live on campus, because we have also 2 residence dorms. I will tell you later how to also stay at our residence dorms. We have more than 14 degree courses that we will cover into details, as well as 2-year masters and 1-year masters. In this case, you see more than 18 1-year masters. And of course, last but not least, the university is located in Milano. Milano is not just very famous for, as I know, for fashion, design, for food. It's also actually the financial capital of Italy. The very name of Milano, which at the beginning was Mediolanum, means in the middle of the lands. So it gives the opportunity of citizens of Milan will really feel like they are in a multicultural hub, because there are people coming from all over the world, taking their experience into the city, and you'll see there are different areas of the city for where you can decide each and every day which kind of person you'd like to become. If you want to be a fashion icon, there is the fashion district, of course, there is the food district, the design district. It's an amazing city, and I'm super thrilled to live here. Milano is located in northern Italy, more specifically in the region Lombardy, which is one of the wealthiest regions in Europe per GDP per capita. I'm sure you've heard of it also. We'll see later on with regional scholarship, it's also quite a generous region as well, but we'll cover this into details later. And for example, once you finished your degree and you had to obtain, of course, a student visa, you can extend this with a 12-month permit of stay in order for you to find a job opportunity here. So it's quite a great opportunity. Now let's get into details of our university. One of the main reasons why students choose a private university, and specifically ours, is of course for the quality of the courses and the teachings, but also for the services that the university offers. Here you can see in this slide there are 3 main areas that are divided into the international dimension of the university. We have more than 150 partner universities worldwide. This mainly translates for students in the fact that they can attend a semester with the Erasmus program or with the exchange program in more than 150 partner universities that we have, both in Europe as well as from Canada to Australia. We, of course, assist students in finding Erasmus programs, in exchange programs, but also in internship abroad or thesis research abroad. The second sphere is guidance, the service that we provide to students, especially for international students. I'll say the attention is tailor-made. And I don't say just for promotion, but I really mean it. All international students have a dedicated WhatsApp number. They can connect. They can ask questions. If they have troubles from enrollment to graduation, we are right by their side. This as far as the admission office is concerned, but also, of course, with the specific counseling services provided for all students, offered both in Italian as well as in English. We offer the peer tutoring service that basically Master of Science students that have already attended a bachelor here at Iulm are mentoring freshmen and newcomers, are helping them move around the campus, find new friends, prepare for exams. From time to time, it might be a bit tricky for an 18-year-old to ask a question directly to a professor. So the peer tutors are that great point of reference for newcomers to feel at home at our university. We do also have the third sphere, which is the career world. So the links to the job market. We have more than 1,400 partner companies in Italy and abroad. This means that companies are collaborating with us, not just to help students find internship opportunities or placement opportunities, but also to tailor our programs to the market needs. We have fairs fairs and expositions like the Career Day, the Career Week, the Digital Career Week, now that we are doing everything online, where students can send their CV directly to companies. And of course, we have a dedicated office for this, the career office, that helps students create their profile, prepare for an interview, and coach them for their professional career. Exactly for this reason, I believe numbers from time to time come in handy. If you take the national average of Master of Science graduates, around 65–68% of them found a job after graduation. In case of Iulm students, the number increases of 10%. So 78% of graduates after a Master of Science, a Iulm Master of Science, are finding a job right after graduation. And then you see all these beautiful percentages that are really, really high, and they mainly concern how happy our students are with the services, with the courses, with the infrastructure, with the study plan. I think, and I can say it with my experience as well, being an Iulm student, it really is an amazing experience. Our American style campus, it's located in a great area of Milan. You can reach it super easily with the metro. We have a dedicated metro station, which is called the Romulo Iulm, with the green line of the metro. It will take you 10–15 minutes top to get from our university to Duomo. It's super close to the Navigli area. I don't know who has been to Milano, but Navigli area is where most of where young people gather. It's where a lot of the nightlife of Milan happens, and we're right there. Also, I have to say the campus, since it's an American style campus, it's a very safe and protected environment. There are guards everywhere. And this is especially for, I'm saying this especially for bachelor students, is very important because we take into account very seriously the security of our students, and they will feel very, very safe while on campus. I'm sorry, I had to, you cannot see super well this pictures because my computer was a bit silly today, but you can feel and see a few images of our campus. On the left, the main building of our university, which is Iulm 1, and then you see just a little part of how the canteen looks like. Then in the middle, you see this part is part of Iulm 6. But of course, the best would be for you to come to Milano and see it with your own eyes, because it's very, very beautiful. Okay, now I think it's time to go through the part of the presentation that interests the most students, that are the courses, of course, that Iulm offers. Here you can see how the Italian education system is. I don't want to bore you too much with any of that. I just want to say that the programs that we offer are undergraduate program, bachelor degrees that last for 3 years. You can access them right after you finished high school. With a bachelor degree, you can then make a decision. Either you start working straight away, or you can choose a 2-year master's or a 1-year master. The main difference between 2-year masters and 1-year masters, of course, apart from the duration, is that 2-year master will make you a professional in a sector, such as marketing, for instance, while 1-year masters are tailored for a profession. So they will give you all the tools to become a professional in one job. And of course, with 2-year master, after that, you can access a PhD, while with 1-year master, you can't. I would like to give you more information now on our bachelors. As you can see here at the top of the screen, we offer 1 bachelor degree entirely taught in English, which is called Corporate Communication and Public Relations, that I'll cover in details. And of course, we have quite a good number of Italian taught bachelor degrees that you can see at the bottom of the screen, and they perfectly reflect the faculties that we have. So the faculty of interpreting and translation translates into the bachelor degree in interpreting and communication. And then the faculty of communication has the courses of corporate communication offered also in Italian, as well as communication, media and advertising, which is the one I've studied. And then the third faculty, the one in arts and tourism, offers the bachelor in tourism, management and culture, arts, media and cultural events. And since 2020, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019, we offer also the bachelor in fashion and creative industries. Now, if you agree, I'll go through the English taught bachelor degree that we offer, which is corporate communication and public relations. If we take into account general bachelors in general, this is a quite unique kind of bachelor program. We were actually the first university in Italy to ever offer a bachelor in PR in the 90s. That was the 90s. And since a few years back now, we're offering this course in English as well. The employment of students after graduation is quite high in this case as well. Right after a bachelor, 65% of students are employed within 1 year. So it's quite a great number. And what makes it unique is that students of this course will have the chance not just to have let's say classic professor academics as their teachers, but the half of them will be professionals as well. The study plan works as a progression mainly, because what the courses coordinator used to say, each manager that you see today, CFOs, CMOs, CEOs, first needs to have a strong theoretical base. And that's what this bachelor gives a student, together with, of course, the tricks and skills on how to make things happen. We can divide this program into 3 main areas. The first one is the one of management, and you see there is a progression among these courses. You'll start off in your first year with, of course, a course of management that will increase more specifically in the second year with a course that is marketing research. And then in your third year, you'll have courses like economics and law, very specific to your course. The second area, the second sphere, which is of course the most important one within this bachelor degree in corporate communication and public relation, is the one of communication. You'll start with, in the first year, to follow a course which is corporate communication, sociology of media, that will give you this strong theoretical base that you can develop then in your second and third year, up until having workshops during your third year, for example. And the third sphere is the one of English. You'll start off with Professional English 3 in your first year, and you'll end up in your third year to have an exam and a course, which is public speaking, because you're studying public relations, right? I think it's absolutely an amazing opportunity for students that are interested in the sphere of marketing, communication, public relation, to have this kind of bachelor that will give them the opportunity not just to learn a lot, but also to feel what it's like to become a corporate communication and a public relation professional. Then we also offer, as you saw before, a huge variety of 2-year masters. They are the natural continuation of the bachelors you saw before, the natural development of them as well. We offer in this case 2 Master of Science entirely taught in English, and the other ones are taught in Italian. I will cover in details the 2 taught in English now, but if you've got any questions on the Italian taught ones, I'll be more than happy to answer them all afterwards. We'll start off with the strategic communication. Actually, I don't know, I am very challenged every time because I love this course very much. And it wasn't offered when I was a student, but if it was, I think I would have studied this as well, because it was created by basically a customer survey. We, as you saw before, we have a lot of partner companies at Iulm, and we asked them to answer a few questions on what features and characteristics they were looking in a candidate when they were hiring. And based on the results of this inquiry to the job market, we created this Master of Science. The first year, again, it's strongly focusing on management, but if you take into account the study plan of this course, you'll see that from the very first day, you will start working with companies. For example, a student of the first year, now classes will start on Monday, 27th of September. But last year, I remember after 1 week, a student from strategic communication told me that a company came to class and gave a pitch to our student and asked them, they needed rebranding in a specific area of a country, in a specific country, and they wanted from our students a job plan, like plan on how to make this happen. And through mistakes, of course, but also through learning best practices, there was a competition among students that started from the very beginning. And then exactly this company took as an example the best project that our students created. And that's what happened. And the rebranding was super successful. This Master of Science can become, for our student, is also a dual degree. So you can decide if you want to spend your second year in Milano. And of course, in this case, you will acquire a laurea magistrale awarded by the Università Iulm, or if you want to spend your second year in one of our partner universities. There are two universities in the UK. One is Huddersfield and the other one is Cardiff. And from this year, we also have the University of Western Australia, where you can decide if you want to spend your second year there. The second Master of Science that we offer entirely taught in English is the one in Hospitality and Tourism Management. In this case as well is a dual degree. That students can decide if they want to spend their second year at the partner university, which is the University of Central Florida in the United States, more specifically at the Rosen College, which I believe it's the second or third best college for hospitality in the United States. And what makes unique this course is that you can tailor and customize the study plan to your needs. Students that already have a very clear mindset that, for example, they want to work for Expedia or Bookings.com can create the study plan, can modify the study plan according to their needs, and this study plan will allow them to reach their goals. Some other students are more interested in becoming entrepreneur in the field of tourism management and hospitality. And again, this course, thanks to specialization and the very different kinds of project that this course intakes throughout the 2 years, will allow them to get the chance to have all the skills and the tools on how to become entrepreneurs in this field as well. Now, I mentioned before, we also offer one-year masters. So after a bachelor, you can decide if you want to attend one-year master as well. In this case, the most numerous one that you see in this slide are the ones taught in English. I strongly suggest you to take a screenshot of them. So if you have any questions on any of these programs, I'll be more than happy to cover them. For instance, and that's a secret between us, I've studied the first one, Communication for International Relations. I'll give you an example of this course because it's very similar to the structure of other courses of one-year masters that we offer, is the structure of the course. There are 6 to 7 months of lectures held in our campus in Milan, divided into modules, of course. In the case of Communication for International Relations, you'll have, of course, a module on international relations, one on lobbying, one on marketing, one on advertising, one on international law. So it's quite varied. Then you'll have a study plan, a study tour. In this case, the study tour was in Washington and New York. I remember we visited the World Bank, the Italian embassy, we visited the United Nations. It was quite a unique experience. And after that, the university found for us, for all students, an internship opportunity. In my case, I wanted to go as far away as possible from my parents, so they sent me to Australia at the Italian Chamber of Commerce. But this happens to all the students depending on their needs and what they'd like to discover after they finished attending courses. This structure is very similar to others.
Basically, Maria, you advise our students to go as far as possible from their parents.
Yes, always. Of course I do.
Yeah, yes. So I have a question just regarding, so your program was communication for international relations, and you got your study abroad year in Australia. Okay, so guys, there are possibilities for you to, you know, not to be all the time in Italy, in Milan, but to discover other universities who are like partners with Iulm University from Milan. So use this opportunity wisely. And this is one of the reasons why it's really important to, while picking your university, to see their also partner institutions and to check out other possibilities for going abroad, not only to Italy in this case, but somewhere else as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Take into account the network of each and every university carefully. Network of universities and network of companies. This is a suggestion from a big sister. Always focus on it.
For an from an alumni, so you should take that into consideration while picking the university.
Absolutely. Giovanna, if you agree now, I will move on to the boring part, which are the admission requirements for both bachelor's and master. And then I know that every student is interested in scholarship opportunities and tuition fees, so I promise I'll get there as well.
I didn't want to interrupt you before.
No.
I will just pass the questions while you're presenting. So start with the boring part, but very needed part of study requirements.
Thank you very much. So for all students from the Balkans, please disregard what's written on the top right of the screen. That's not your case. How does it work to become an Iulm student while you're on your last year of high school? Of course, the basic requirements is for you to have completed at least 12 years of schooling and to be proficient in the language of tuition of the course you decided to go for. So if you want to go for an English taught bachelor, you'll need a B2 level of English proficiency, or in another case, if you want to study an Italian taught bachelor, you'll need a B2 Italian proficiency, language proficiency. The admission procedure is super simple, and you have the great plus of having the assistance of Via Academica throughout the entire procedure. And last but not least, if you apply with Via Academica, you won't be paying the application fee. So I believe it's a great plus. They will help you to prepare all the documents that we need. You'll upload them on our application platform, which is apply.iulm.it. We will then send you the admission test, and you will have approximately 7 days to complete it. One thing, it's very important, do not stress too much about the admission test. Because it's not one of those stress tests that puts the candidate on the spot. What we're looking into the candidates is their motivation, of course, and more specifically, their critical and logic skills. So my suggestion to prepare for this admission test is to train as much as you can with the logic quizzes that you can find online. Once you got, of course, the results of your admission test, you can just pay the first installment of the tuition fees, and you become an Iulm student. Requirements for 2 years masters are very similar, but of course, in this case, you'll need to be already enrolled in your last year of bachelor and provide us with your transcript of records, of course. And you'll need to be proficient in Italian or English at a B2 level. In this case, as well as before, we do not require an English language proficiency certificate like IELTS or TOEFL. It's not compulsory. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. We will send you an English assessment test. And of course, what's very important, since you'll be studying management, hospitality, tourism, or communication, what's very, very, very important is your motivation and your aptitude towards the course. In this case as well, you send your documents through. If you apply for the Academica, you won't be paying the application fee. They will help you upload the documents on our platform, and then we will invite you to the admission test. That it's quite unique in this case as well. You'll be basically answering the admission question with the short videos, video recordings of yourself, a few general questions on your motivation and yourself as a candidate. The admission intakes, so we have just one yearly intakes. Courses start in September, and so there is no January intake in this case. We open application from the 1st of November. We will be opening application on the 1st of November, and we will be proceeding with the application up until the May 30th. Please take into account though that if you apply on, I don't know, May 15th, you might not be finding spots in the course that you're interested in. So if you are very strongly motivated, I suggest you start the application process early in advance. One of the other reasons why I say this is because the number of scholarship opportunities, tuition reductions, as well as spot at the dorms are very limited, not very limited, but are limited. So the sooner you apply, the higher the chances for you to get them are. So don't wait too much. That's something I'd like to say. Tuition fees. So for all students whose household produces, yeah, I'm ready.
Sorry. Just before you continue with the tuition fees, we have a question. Yes. What is the difference between international communication and communication for international relation program?
Great question. So communication for international relations is a degree, a master degree in Italy, in our university, with a small percentage of Italian taught classes. Most of them are taught in English, but there are still, it's necessary for you to know Italian as well. And its classes will be held just in Milan. Then you have the study tour, and then at the end, the university will find for you an internship opportunity. While international communication, it's completely different because it's a joint master between 3 different universities. One is ours, so you'll be spending 1 semester at Iulm, then 1 semester at Leeds back at the university in the United Kingdom, and then the 3rd semester in Vilnius University. So the concept of the master is quite different. The duration is longer. Of course, it will last approximately, let's say around 2 years at the end, because you'll have to write your thesis as well. And so these are the 2 main differences.
Okay, thank you. And I will share other questions if there are any, so you can continue with tuition fees. Did you hear me?
No.
Oh, I said if there are more questions, I will pass them.
Okay.
Beautiful. Continue with tuition fees, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you for this great question. As far as tuition fees are concerned, as you can see in this slide, for all students that are residing outside Italy, there is a flat rate of 8,400 euros per academic year for bachelor degrees, or 9,800 euros for Master of Science degrees. This is per academic year. These fees are divided into 3 installments. One is due at enrollment, the second one in December, and the third one in March of the year after. Tuition fees for 1-year masters are, each and every master has its own price and scholarship opportunity. So we can organize, perhaps you can book a meeting afterwards here with the Academica if you have any questions on a 1-year master, and we can cover the fees and tuition reductions on those as well. Generally speaking, for bachelors and 2-year masters, here you can see the scholarship opportunities that we offer and the tuition reductions. These rules are applicable, of course, up until now. The new regulations for the next intake are yet to be defined, but I can tell you that for today, for example, for the course Hospitality and Tourism Management, you can get a tuition reduction up to 100%. And while for the other courses taught in English that I mentioned before, you can get a 50% tuition reduction. These two reductions are purely based on merit. So purely based on how good you did during your previous education. We will just be looking at your transcript or your final high school or bachelor score. We will convert it in the Italian grading system. And generally speaking, again, if it's higher than 70%, you can get this tuition reduction opportunities. On top of this, you can also apply for DSU regional scholarship. One thing that I can't stress enough is that regional scholarship, it's a call for application. So you cannot predict whether you'll be eligible for it or not before applying. While with a 50% tuition reduction, yes, this is something we can predict based on your transcript. The DSU regional scholarship, we cannot predict it because we don't know what's the financial situation of all the other students applying. In this case, exactly, we will be looking at the properties, assets, and income of the household of all students, and they will be put in a ranking based on their merits as well. The applications for DSU regional scholarship open during summer, I'd say around June, and will close at the end of August of the year. So if you're starting the course in September 2022, I'm talking about summer 2022. And you'll know the results on whether you're eligible for regional scholarship or not in November 2022. So after you've already started the course. If you've got more questions on this, I'll be more than happy to provide you any details. And another...
There is a question, is there a campus at the university, so for student accommodation?
Yes, and the time is perfect because I was just about to say that for international students, as I was mentioning before, our university has this beautiful American style campus. One of the buildings of this campus is the residence dorm. It's actually a Iulm 5. And then we also have a second dorm, which is Cascina Moncucco, a newly renovated farm 1 minute away from the university, which is very, very pretty. Students can, of course, stay at the residence dorm. We have very limited, in this case, is very limited amount of rooms allocated to international students at the discounted rate of 300 euros per month. When I say very limited, I mean very, very limited. So if you're interested in accommodation at this rate, my suggestion is to complete the enrollment as soon as possible. We have, of course, these rooms are double rooms with a private bathroom, and then there is a shared kitchen, and you'll be staying right on campus. I spoke to a Serbian student the other day, and she told me she's having a great time because each and every night, each student is cooking something for everybody of their own countries. They're having a lot of fun, and it will make your experience.
Sorry, can you tell us again the price of the dorms for international students?
Around 300 euros per month.
Okay.
This is
so guys, it's very affordable price. Actually, the best you can get in Milan.
Yes, I'm completely with you, Giovanna, on this. As probably you know, Milan is quite a costly city. 300 euros for accommodation, it's a very good deal. In any case, if for any reason you cannot complete the procedure and we already ran out of these rooms available, we will assist you in finding other opportunities and other accommodation solutions throughout the city. But in that case, prices might be a little higher, but don't worry, we will assist you to find the best possible solution.
So the earlier, the better, as always. If you guys want to live in a dorm with an affordable price of around 300 euros, send your application as soon as possible.
Exactly. And Giovanna, think I covered it all. I wanted just to leave the details of the office here. If, for example, a student wants to get in touch with a current student of the program, of course, we are always at their disposal. And last but not least, of course, you can contact Via Academica because they know everything about our university. They will assist you throughout the entire procedure. And I know they follow up with students even after they are enrolled. They are up to date with their life, doing a great job on assisting them. So thanks again.
Never-ending story.
Never-ending story, exactly.
Yes, we try really to stay in touch with our students even after they get enrolled, they start their studies. Now we are assisting some of our like students from bachelor degree now to find their master degrees. So we are very happy that they have trust in our system, in our method, and they're coming back to us for more advice regarding their master degrees. So basically, there are no more questions. We covered it all. Feel free to find Maria on her virtual booth to book one-on-one with her if you didn't already. So there is a schedule a meeting button. If there are time slots left, use them wisely, and find out more about Iulm University, download the brochure, and yeah, inform yourself before the applications are open.
Thank you very, very much. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Oh. And I can't wait to meet you all as soon as possible in Belgrade or once the students are coming to Milano.
Well, we hope that we will have the opportunity to visit Italy with our students again. However, we will host you in Belgrade, I hope, this spring. So, you know, looking forward to this opportunity to meet you in person again.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Maria. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Ciao.